Hello, my friends, and we are live. So, for those of you who don't know, I've made two prior hurricane videos. First of all, when the Hurricane Helene first happened, I made a video giving some testimonies of what was going on. This morning, I just made a second video about how the government is absolutely zero, no help whatsoever, and kind of why. And then this video is going to be giving a voice to those who are boots on the ground in the devastation and what they've gone through. Some of them are, helping with different organizations, and they may shout out their organizations. Very cool. So you know who to donate to. Other people are sharing their stories of loss. And I think trigger warnings are dumb, but if you're young, probably this isn't for you. In life, there will be triggers. In life, there will be devastation. In life, there will be difficult tragedy and hard things. But just so you know, this video has a lot of devastating facts, stories, and information in it. So if you're pretty young, if you're 13 or under, maybe this isn't for you till you're a bit bigger. Now, that being said, when I was 13, 9/11 happened, and all of our teachers showed us like live on TV, people jumping from the Twin Towers and the Twin Towers collapsing. We watched it live and we watched replays all day long in our classes. So I was 13 at that time. So it's like nobody gave us a trigger warning. Just saying, that's neither here nor there. We are going to dive right in and see about what people are talking about. This is sort of, I don't totally have this organized in any particular order. So some of the stories are going to be encouraging. Some of them are going to be discouraging. Some of them will be sad. Some will be uplifting. It's just a mixed bag with everything going on. And I think, it is an appropriate presentation of what's going on. But let me stop talking and let's listen to the folks that are experiencing what they're experiencing. All right, let's go.
Hey guys, give you a little nightly recap of the day. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone. Okay, there's some weirdness going around, and I get it. Like, this is my first time actually being in the trenches, right? I've been on the receiving end of a hurricane, but I've not been in the trenches. There's a lot of negativity swirling around, people getting turned away, warehouses are full. Some of that is true, but this is Facebook, so don't believe it all, okay? Yes, there are stockpiles of supplies, absolutely. We're in a 12-month plan, not a 2-week plan, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. We need the support. We love you for the support. Keep the support coming. When we had our meeting today, we are now in mode for winter, okay? These people need new blankets, new sleeping bags, bags of charcoal, ways to light their charcoal, portable grills. We've had a lot of portable grills come in. They need jackets, brand new jackets, toboggans, socks. We're asking for new. We are still taking some used clothes. We have a center that's actually cleaning them, sanitizing them, and then distributing them. But we have an immediate need that we can hand out to the children at the schools that need these supplies that have nothing left. Okay, so we really need your assistance in new sleeping bags, new blankets, new pillows. There's people sleeping on floors in high school gyms. So we need your assistance to get this to the people. Okay, yes, there's a lot of food. We'll take all we can get. It's a 12-month plan. Yes, there's a lot of water, and we will continue to get it and send it. And this is a 12-month plan. But immediately, it's going to get cold up in the mountains very soon. And when it gets cold, these people that have nothing need a blanket, need a pillow, any cold weather gear that you can provide, we can use. And what I mean by use is, no, it's not going in a warehouse. Excuse me. It is going directly to the people who need it. Okay. So if there's anything that you can donate, new, the reason we're asking for new, there's a little log jam getting the pre-owned stuff washed, sanitized, and handed out. But if you can donate new sleeping bags, new coats, new blankets, new pillows, bags of charcoal, immediate need. We have to have them prepared when the cold weather comes and they have no place to live. All right, guys, I'll put that list in the end of the video. On the video, on the post. Sorry, guys, I'm tired, but we're going to keep going. We're not stopping until everybody's helped. I'll put that in there. We do have the new line you can text if you can offer any assistance, and we can get you set up. And please, guys, share away. We need your support. Hey, guys.
All right. So that's a very good point. People are donating water, formula, everything people need in this moment. But just so you know, October, it's warm, but November is coming. Freezing weather could be just a week or two away. We are close to cold weather, and these people in the mountains have no electricity. Their houses have fallen apart. Some of them are sleeping on gym floors. So that is a really valid point. What's the next thing you can do to help? Share, start donating winter coats and charcoal and lighter fluid and, ways to light it, right? All that, all the things he listed, definitely. So here's another encouraging thing. Let's look at this.
I can't even describe what this is. This is insane. What they're doing is they take the donations, they put it in the cart, right? They go through a processing system. Once everything's processed through into a cart, they load it up into this truck, and there's a rotation of 3 trucks just going around. And then once the truck is full, truck goes to the airport, goes through the gate into the hangar. I got a whole nother team I have to go look at now that downloads it. And then we process it into inventory and then take the dispatch, load it onto an airplane, not into disaster. Wild. I hearts here. It's nuts. Dude, I can't even describe.
So that's Operation Airdrop. So if you want someone to donate to, that's another one, right? Operation Airdrop. Let me see another one I want to share. All right, this is a good one. Sharing another one.
So we had a lady come up that was getting goods, and she just looked like she was struggling. So Zach and I helped her. We grabbed her a case of water and stuff. Just wanted to chat to her, see what was going on. Just asked her. It's been a wild week we've had, and she started crying. They lost all their pets. Their entire first floor got flooded out. They're trying to stay in the second floor. They had some Amish that came along, some Mennonite, I think she said. They just topped out and started gutting the bottom floor and carrying all the heavy stuff out for them. But she had nothing, and we were like, what else do you need? They had a 1-year-old baby. They needed some diapers. We gave her an entire case of 4s, wipes, whatever else she might need. And then she just said she didn't know how they're going to start over and get going again. So I said, you want cash? So I gave her $400, and that's all stuff that y'all donated and gave, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without you. So just know y'all are truly changing lives. So we had a lady come up that was.
So that's amazing how people are helping neighbors, organizations, getting it all organized and helping people. Let's listen to another one.
And I had to get on here and just say an absolutely overwhelming thank you. Y'all would not believe the donations, food, medical supplies, just cash for people. It is absolutely insane. If you see me standing in a parking lot, it's because I'm at my old stomping grounds. I worked here in another life 4.5 years back in the day, and Panera Bread has given me tons of pastries, bagels, cookies, and everything to get to our first responders today. I just want to show you just a little glimpse of where everybody's donations have gone and how much has come in. I cannot tell you how much dog food I have, cat food, medical supplies, first aid kits, alcohol, Band-Aids, tampons. The list literally goes on and on and on. And I've gotten stuff donated to my address, but I've taken some of the funds that people have sent in and gotten all the other things on the list. We've got work gloves. I mean, I could just stand here all day and tell you the things that we have, but I will just show you a little glimpse of it. And I'm also going to show you my old team that I work with that are still working here, over 10 years later, and they helped set me up today. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Hang on one second. So this is the back of the vehicle. We've got Gatorade. We've got all different kinds of diapers, paper plates. We've got trash bag, more paper plates, to-go containers. We've got more pads, chips. I got 6 cases of water in here. This is Panera. dog food on top of it, and it just goes back as far as you can see. And so I hope we don't need to look out of our back window today, because we are packed to the absolute brim, and I cannot be more thankful. You guys are doing an amazing job. Please don't stop, and let's keep getting the people that can't get out what they need. Thank you.
All right. So, funny fact, the first time I saw that when she said alcohol, I was like, okay, they're giving out beer. But then I realized this time it's rubbing alcohol, because she was saying it in with the Band-Aids. That is so funny. That was a blonde moment on me. Anyway, that is so awesome how they're helping. Now, this one is more of a downer. This is a lady talking about how she lost her husband and her dog. All right, let's go.
My sister said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. And we can't get out. I said, I love you.
This woman lost her husband after they were stuck in their house that was swept away by flood.
1 minute I'm baking cookies, and the next minute I'm fighting for my life. And my whole life has been turned upside down. The rescue crew would blow a whistle, and I would scream help. I would scream help. And about the time that they came around, that's when my house started popping and cracking and breaking apart, and I had to jump.
She tried to reach the rescuers with her dog, who they couldn't save.
I lost him, and the last I seen of him was his little head, and he was trying to doggy paddle, I guess.
She also later learned from rescuers that her husband had jumped in the water and didn't make it up.
He went in and never came back up. I just loved him so much, and I wish he was here. I really do wish he was here.
Her husband is one of more than 200 killed by Hurricane Helene, and like many, she didn't have hurricane insurance. She is now homeless and planning her husband's funeral.
I mean, who had hurricane insurance? Nobody did. I mean, they weren't in a flooding zone. Oops. Okay. All right, here's something heartwarming. So we're going back and forth between heartwarming and difficult, heartwarming and difficult, right? So this one is, I'll just show you. Better to show you. And I'll explain to you why after, okay?
We got no fear, no doubt, and balls out. We got no fear, no doubt, and balls out.
All right, so let me explain to you real quick why people are loading up goats and mules and animals and bringing them up the mountain. Okay, so people obviously are bringing in truckloads, right? But there are roads that are now rivers, right? So there are some mountains where a helicopter can land, but there are some that are so thickly forested, you can't get trucks up there. You can't get any sort of vehicle up there. You can't get a helicopter to land up there. And those are the situations where they're using mules, they're using goats like you saw, they're using what they can to carry the things, and the people are hiking up the mountain with their animals, bringing supplies to people who are stranded, who don't have access to water, who don't have access to food. So we're going back and forth between heartwarming and devastating here. Because that's the overview of what's going on. Neighbors are helping people who have been devastated. That's what's going on. All right, let's check it out.
Now officially hit 213 people, but with search rescue operations still ongoing, that number is expected to rise. And I keep seeing comments about how there's a body bag shortage in North Carolina, and I want to talk about that. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lauren, and I'm a mortician. We talk about death and dying on my channel. So I decided to just go straight to the source and call the North Carolina Funeral Directors Association and ask if they are in need of body bags, because if they are, I would gladly send them a care package. I know other funeral homes that I could call. That was my first concern, was if they needed something, I know that all of us would come together and send it. However, when I called, I was told that this is some crazy Facebook rumor that has now blown up, and people think that North Carolina doesn't have enough body bags, which is not true. I have a feeling most of you don't know that there's actually a disaster mortuary team that is assembled and sent out to respond to big natural disasters such as this. And currently, as of today, they have access to over 2,000 body bags. So there is no body bag shortage in the state of North Carolina. The disaster team is also setting up 7 portable morgues across Western North Carolina so that they can respond appropriately to the casualties.
Okay. Well, one thing I want to say is we're hearing different things from different people. And just because a government official tells you something doesn't mean they're being honest. So if one person said there's a shortage of body bags and another person says there isn't, maybe in one area there isn't a shortage, in another area there is. It doesn't mean they're both wrong. They could both be right, surprisingly. So one person they talk to, hey, I don't have a shortage of body bags where I am, but another area might. Remember, in my last video, the FEMA representative said, there's 213 that have been reported officially that are dead, but some people have seen piles of bodies. Because the water is receding, those bodies are piling up. And is there a shortage of body bags? I can't tell you, but I can tell you what the people are saying, right? Who knows? All right, let's look at something totally different off that topic. All right, here's a couple of gentlemen that are working on clearing some roads.
I'm with Small Town Big Heart.
And I'm with Fisher Contracting.
And we are clearing this. The road, as you can see,
is gone.
Is gone. We've been making it up this hill. People have come up here. They've had to walk or run their excavator, the mules. My Ford truck, little Ford truck, got up here.
No problem.
That's right.
At all.
And his crew, Paul, and Dawson, and
Thomas, and Randy.
And then little Mikey from Franklin County. We have been doing it. Everybody's been thanking us. We've been clearing people so they can get out of their houses, clearing the way. And look, the road goes up at nothing and goes into nothing. And we came up, we were the only people on the Asheville Highway. The only people coming in. And then when you came up through, it said, what did it say? Don't turn around.
It said, don't come up here.
Yeah. Caution. You will drown.
Yeah.
I have a video of that. But we're tired. We've been eating canned food straight from the can.
Been up since 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Working hard.
And we're about to turn on the lights, and we're going to keep working because there's a water tower up here, and
people need water.
People need water. All right, Franklin County, and then he's from Hart County.
Yes, sir.
North Georgia, up here.
Representing.
God bless these good old boys that are clearing roads, that are doing the hard work, that are drinking straight out of cans to clear the roads, to save people's lives, to clear the way for people to come through, whether it's with their goats, whether it's with their trucks. They're clearing the roads so people can come through and provide help. That gives me hope. It gives me hope that people are being helped. Praise God. All right, let's go.
Dear, did you see Elon's post? He made a shocking announcement on X, yes, Elon Musk, that one of his SpaceX engineers on the ground in North Carolina reported FEMA is interfering. More confirmation. This engineer reported that FEMA is blocking shipments of Starlink receivers, which are essential for maintaining communication in disaster zones like the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. These shipments can't be delivered without an escort from local first responders to get past FEMA's enforcers. In disaster-stricken areas, Starlink's satellite internet becomes a lifeline. But instead of allowing these receivers to reach those who desperately need them, FEMA is playing gatekeeper. And when an agency blocks critical aid, they're no longer helping. They've become part of the problem.
That should have gone with my other video. So FEMA keeps blocking people who are actually trying to help. FEMA is supposed to be, you know, they're funded by our federal taxpayer dollars. They shouldn't be getting in the way of people who are helping. Elon Musk, so Donald Trump asked Elon Musk to send out the Starlink to help get internet access. That's how we're watching a lot of these videos. A lot of these videos are from people on the ground who are able to get internet connection thanks to the Starlink internet. So FEMA once again is getting in the way, trying to stop people, but people are going to get around it. All right, let's go.
A day recap of what I saw going on in Western North Carolina. So yesterday morning, I started my day helping load supplies to trucks heading west. So the supply distribution centers, in my experience, are overflowing with donations, influx of stuff to these hubs. They can't get it out fast enough. I asked my mom to ride with me yesterday. So we had this kind lady in the community, Rebecca, buy specific supplies that this location we were heading to said they needed. These are things I hadn't been seeing a lot of, like beef jerky and lamp oil. So we get to this fire department in Pond Mountain, North Carolina, which is in Ashe County. And on the drive up, I haven't seen destruction like this on the riverbanks. I mean, clothes, car parts, just hanging in trees, so many bridges washed out going to people's homes. And these are like small bridges that maybe a couple houses use. So these people just can't get out. So we get to this really tiny fire department. Again, they have supplies, like so much water. It's just stacked up, which is amazing. But I still think that they are going to need actual people on the ground, hands and feet, over all of these supplies. My mom stays back at the fire department. I go with this angel of a woman. Her name is Sheila. And we went to deliver supplies on an ATV, which is an off-road vehicle, to these people's homes. Her first words to me were, I don't want to take away from DOT workers or linemen or anyone that is coming out here, but I want to say it was the men in our community that were out here first. The storm had barely ended and these men were cutting trees, and she would point, they were cutting those trees to open up this road. They opened up this space, and it was just mind-boggling. I will show you some visuals later today when I have more time, but I will tell you 2 really sweet stories. No one really wanted to take things. If you were to pull up to their house and ask them, do you need anything? They were like, no, we're good. And then if you stayed for a few minutes or asked them again, they would be like, well, what do you have? Well, actually, I can use bread, like the simplest things. So we get to this house that has 7 people living inside of it, and they have a generator at this point. Sheila, my angel woman, says, my family had this generator. They just bought it new. It was like $1,200. We got power back like 2 days after. Family took this generator and lent it to these people, brand new. And while we were there, someone came to fill it up with gas. And then this lady just gave me the biggest hug because she had those old-fashioned lamps and she needed lamp oil. And while we were there, this little baby ran out into the porch in diapers. And they were like, we have diapers. And I just want to say that hurricane or no hurricane, this family was in need. And so I keep saying there's abundant amount of supplies. And while we were driving, I looked at Sheila at one point and I said, do you think that we should be doing this anyway? Like, is this what we should be doing? Because the areas, a lot of them, where these items are going are places that were in need before this. And that was the most reassuring thing to me, is that we're helping people. Appalachia has always had such a stronghold on my heart. And I'm just so thankful that the rest of the world is pitching in to help right now. We also went to this elderly lady's home who her bridge had washed out, kept reiterating like how scared and frightened she was during the storm, that she's just staring out her window, watching the water from the creek rise. She was like, I could see it coming through the windows of my basement. And again, she was just so grateful of like, I'm so blessed. I don't have it as bad as other people. This woman couldn't even get out of her driveway. And she is just so concerned that she still needs to report this bridge being out to her insurance, even though she was not given the option to have flood insurance. She does not have flood insurance. She knows they're not going to cover it, but she still has to report it. And they don't really know what to do. They're just confused about, how am I going to replace this? Or, am I going to have help to do this? So I'm just sharing a small light on what I saw, and I will continue to share. And I thank you all so much for supporting.
All right, so that's another heartwarming story and hearing about hands on the ground. Here's a trucker giving a perspective of how FEMA's not sending literally anything. All the donations are really, really coming from the people because FEMA's not sending anything.
People in North Carolina, you deserve to hear this. I'm a truck driver, all right? I have a 53-foot step deck. I've been trucking for about 2.5 years. I have a YouTube channel. You can verify that on Babyline Hotshot. Usually in a disaster situation, it is payday for truckers. We look for that hurricane. We look for that ice storm. There's generators coming to you. There's stuff coming out of military bases. There's excavators, skid steers, bulldozers, tree trimming equipment, pumps, like water pumps to pump water out of places that have been flooded. There's no loads on the load board coming to you within 125 miles of Asheville. It's called Truck Stop. This is where I find all my loads. Chicago, Illinois, up at the top. Within 250 miles of Chicago is where I'm going to pick up. The second is the destination. So it goes origin, destination. Watch. See? Drop-off location. Let's do city. North Carolina. Click it. Boom. All right. These are all $1.40 a mile loads, $1.39. That was posted yesterday. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing. These are loads that you wouldn't even, nobody's taking them. They're just on the load board. They've been on there since yesterday. You can see, right? Let's type in a different city. That's from Chicago. Maybe Tennessee, maybe Nashville is closer and they'd send resources from Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee, within 250 miles of Nashville, to Asheville, North Carolina, within 125 miles. Let's see, that's it. That's all the loads. That's all the loads that are 28,000 pounds in length. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I mean, what the hell's going on here? I had brokers call me and tell me, Stu, have you seen any loads going to Asheville or like anywhere around the Carolinas, South Carolina, Georgia? Is there any like FEMA loads? There's none. Zero. He's been a broker for 6 years. And he's talking to other brokers. They're saying the same thing. What's going on, guys?
All right, so it's good to know. The people are looking out for the people. The government is not looking out for you. So why is the government not actually helping these people? This is the last video I have for you. Let's watch it.
And listen to me good. They are bulldozing Chimney Rock. Bulldozing the whole damn town. They are getting rid of it. Bodies, trees, buildings, it doesn't matter. Bulldoze it all is what they are telling the contract.
So that woman right there is Shirley Bruce. You can search her name up on TikTok, and she's been kind of explaining what's going on. But she lives up there, and she's saying that everything is completely true. They're taking the land, and they're bulldozing everything. They're flattening all out.
Listen to me and listen to me good. They are.
So it has to do with the lithium plant in Chimney Rock. Chimney Rock had at a meeting, all the government in Chimney Rock told all the people, we are bulldozing the whole town for the lithium plant. Take with that what you will. Continue praying. Let's say another prayer for, I prayed in my other video. I want to pray in this one too for all the people affected. Dear Lord, I want to thank you for all the volunteers and all the people with boots on the ground that are actually helping, Lord. I pray that you would get FEMA out of their way or convict the leaders to actually help. I pray, Lord, for all the people that are suffering, who are in the midst of devastation, who have experienced loss, who have lost everything. I pray that you would provide for all their needs and help them, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening to the full video and hearing out people who were explaining to you what they're going through. Thank you for not having your head in the sand. Have a great day. Bye.